Good evening and welcome to Music and Parks, hosted at Hershey High School. My name is Brandon Boudreau. I'm the director of bands here, and I'm pleased to welcome you. Before I introduce our next ensemble on stage, I would like to acknowledge this evening's adjudicators so that our ensembles on stage know who will be adjudicating and providing their feedback to them this evening. First, we have Dr. Christopher Hefner, who is currently the co-chair and professor of music at Lebanon Valley College. And he received his Bachelor of Music Education from Western Kentucky University, his Master of Music in Trumpet Performance, and a PhD with an emphasis in conducting from the University of Florida. We also have with us Dr. John Villela, who is retired as the Vice President for University Affairs and Chief of Staff to the President at Westchester University of Pennsylvania. During his 35 plus years at the university, he previously served as the band director, applied music chairperson, and associate dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Please help me welcome this evening's adjudicators. Our first ensemble on stage this evening is the Mexico Middle School 7th and 8th grade Symphonic Band under the direction of Kevin Upcraft. Their warm-up composition is Colliding Visions. Their first adjudicated composition is Majestica by Gary Gasly, and their second adjudicated composition is Cyclone by Michael Orr. Please help me welcome the Mexico Middle School 7th and 8th grade Symphonic Band. Our next ensemble on stage is the Mexico Middle School Percussion Ensemble, again under the direction of Kevin Upcraft. Their first adjudicated composition is Processiona number 1, and their second adjudicated composition is Boom Wap. Please help me welcome the Mexico Middle School Percussion Ensemble.
is time to introduce our adjudicators for today. Our first adjudicator to talk about is Dr. Todd Gordon, who's a professor of saxophone and bassoon at Pennsylvania-5, where he also directs small and large group jazz and chamber ensembles. His diverse performance careers include extensive work as both a classical and jazz saxophonist, and he has performed as a bassoonist in over 20 professional orchestras in U.S., Sweden, Mexico, and China. Todd is a Van Doren artist clinician and a Yaganagasawa performing artist. An active soloist and chamber musician, he has also served as an adjudicator at Texas State Solo and Ensemble Competition and the ENKOR International Solo Competition. We are also joined today by Dr. Brenda Leach, who's a versatile conductor, having worked extensively in professional, university, and youth orchestras. She received a Doctor of Musical Arts and Master of Music degrees from the Eastman School of Music. She was conductor of the Boston Chamber Orchestra and is an active guest conductor with ensembles in the USA and Europe. She has served on the faculties of colleges on Fenway, Harvard University, and most recently, Haverford College. Next group on the stage is Mexico Middle School Jazz Ensemble. Their first composition they're going to play is Bad Romance. Their first adjudicated composition will be On Broadway, arranged by Michael Smee. This is going to feature Mackenzie Bristol on vibes and Cole. Okay, Sophie Madden on alto sax. And then their all second adjudicated composition will be Chili Pepper 101 by Doug Beach and George Shutank. Also going to feature Sophie Madden on alto. It's going to have Cole play next on tenor sax. So that's going to be flip judges. The tenor sax will be on the Chili Pepper 101 and the alto sax will be on Broadway. Okay? Please welcome to the stage Mexico Middle School, please.